So I had some time off away from some of the most typical tech.
Smells like web dev. It's just like, oof.
Whoa, easy right there. Don't get me wrong, I'm not dunking on web dev. In fact, that has been my whole career. And a fan of coding, by the way. Anyways, recently Blender piqued my interest, and I just want to share how I'm winging navigating it. Alright, let's open up Blender and start with something that looks very simple. See this untitled window name? Tell me, how would you look for its implementation? Well, in my case, I don't even have professional experience with C and C++, so here's how I'm getting by using the debugger. Alright, let's get right into it and start the LLDB. First, let's figure out the enter point of the application by adding a breakpoint to its main functions. It says there are 27 locations. Let's look at the first one by listing them. Now we know that creator.cc is the enter point, so let's just add a breakpoint to it and remove the previous breakpoint while we're at it, just to do some cleanup. Let me just clear the screen and list the breakpoints again. Now let's issue a run command to start the application. Nice. We can see that it stopped exactly at the breakpoint. And now let's just open this file in NeoVim or in any code editor that you are using. Looking at the end of this function, there's roughly 300 lines of code, and remember our goal is to look for the window title. So let's narrow our search on any window related lines. This looks interesting. Now we discover a concept of window manager with functions prefixed with WM. The WM main function here might be the actual event loop, so let's just take a note of it for now and prioritize checking other prior window manager functions, like WM init for example. From its name, I would assume it's a kind of setup and might be worth looking into. So let's add another breakpoint on line 599, continue, and step into it. Bear with me with this one and let me just open up its source. You're probably thinking I should have configured the debugger into NeoVim, but the truth is I prefer it this way, at least for the time being. Anyways, I just noticed some interesting lines about home file. And since we're looking for the main Windows title, which as we've seen earlier was prefixed with untitled, then that's likely related to the actual project file. So just like earlier, let's add a breakpoint, continue, and step into it. Then open the source file. Looking at the size of this function, it seems there's quite a lot of digging to do, so maybe let's just try to check first if there's any window manager related functions. WM check. It says it opens windows. Alright, let's add a breakpoint and check it out. To be honest, I'm not really sure at this point, but since WM check said something about opening windows, let's just keep digging into it. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. So now we discovered that there's a concept of multiple windows and it gets iterated here. Let's step into this once more. Notice that if statement. Let's see if that gets executed or if we can skip that entirely. It went in. Let's see if there's anything interesting. Oh, I was just gauging its size, but would you look at that? There's a window title variable. Let's look into the function that constructs it. This seems to be it. So let's just add another breakpoint, continue, and let's print the win title value. And there we go. We've now completely traced it.